Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for that, Martin. I'm absolutely delighted to be here. It's an absolute pleasure to be part of the X-Forces celebration of 10 years. I look at that photo there. Ren sent me that photo yesterday, and I think, where have those 10 years gone? I've grown a beard. I've sort of managed to have a stubble in that time, but as Martin said, it was a real privilege working for Lord Young during that period. I've only got a few minutes, but what I just wanted to do is reflect a little bit on the early years of X-Forces, my connection with X-Forces, but more importantly, Lord Young's association with this fabulous organisation, what it meant to him, and why he wanted to be patron of X-Forces. So I'm Paul Lewis. I was Lord Young's principal private secretary for Lord Young at Number 10. Nearly 8 years ago now. I was his PPS for 5 years, and in his role as the then Prime Minister's Enterprise and Small Business Advisor, or what we called the ZAR back then. And it was at Number 10 when we were first acquainted with X-Forces. I think Lord Young was launching one of his enterprise reports, one of his reviews. And then sort of Ren walked into my life, and I've only been in here half an hour, and I've heard 4 people say force of nature, and that's exactly what Ren was that day. Typically tenacious and determined to get to Lord Young. She sort of made her beeline, and me as the PPS, as his first line of defence, sort of jumped in the way and said, "Not so fast. Sort of state your business." And then we spent the next couple of minutes, and Ren was sort of talking through the model and talking through the aspirations and the mission of X-Forces, and I thought, crikey, this is brilliant, and it was tantalisingly great, and Lord Young needed to hear about this. So a few days later, Ren was back at Number 10, talking to Lord Young about the mission and the vision, and he too thought it was brilliant. Interestingly, he didn't see it as a programme. He didn't see it as a model. He saw it as a movement. He saw it as a cause. And he thought of its genius in 3 ways. First, he was very deliberate in producing a government report, or intergovernment rather, that was called Enterprise for All, because he passionately believed that anyone, regardless of their age, their circumstance, their background, with the right support, the right enabling environment, could make it as an entrepreneur and create a successful business. Second, I think I've heard David spoke earlier and the Minister spoke earlier about the ready-made skills, attributes and qualities of X-Forces, or X-Forces personnel. The resilience, the creativity, problem solving, the innovation, the focus, the drive, the ability to lead and to influence others. And we heard the Minister talk about digital skills earlier. And then third, because Lord Young always believed that enterprise represented much more than entrepreneurship. He thought it had a higher purpose, and he thought it could offer a contribution or a solution to many of our challenges and some of those goals across our economy and our society. For example, as a spur to welfare and to health, including mental health and including disability, to social mobility and opportunity, including second chances, to new chapters and renewal, and more widely to our economy, to local growth, and to our prosperity. So Lord Young saw the locals, he saw the potential of X-Forces to achieve all of those things. It was an interesting time. 10 years ago, Lord Young was 80, and he was actually winding down most of his public appointments and his associations. But this was an outlier for him. He really, this was the exception. He wanted to be patron of X-Forces. He wanted to be part of its development and its growth. Sadly, as Martin said, he passed away. He passed away last year in December. But I know he was immensely proud of X-Forces. I used to meet him regularly, and he was always talking about the progress of the organisation. Both the team, the sponsors, the patrons, the funders, the partners, and most of all, the beneficiaries who had taken up the support of X-Forces and really taken up their life chances. If he was here now, I think he'd want to pass on his congratulations. He'd give you his best, he'd urge you to do bigger and better for the next 10 years and beyond, and so would I. Congratulations.